is the third and final presidential debate between former Governor Mitt Romney and future former President Barack Obama. Now, I'm TiVoing it, so nobody tell me whether the moderate or conservative Romney kicked the lethargic or energetic Obama's ass. Okay, a lot of options there. Now, of course, these debates ultimately may not matter at all, folks, because there's one issue that could invalidate the entire election.
Voter fraud, it's a big concern in this tight presidential race. There are voter fraud allegations. Voter fraud? Voter fraud?
Yes, voter fraud. Now, I'm not going to bore you with any shocking examples of voter fraud because it is virtually non-existent. But I say we can't be too careful here, folks. Anybody voting that I don't personally know, kind of suspicious. Well, thankfully, there's some heroes out there trying to keep this process pure.
A Republican campaign worker in Virginia is under arrest tonight, charged with trashing completed voter registration forms.
Colin Small is a 31-year-old contractor for a company hired by the Republican Party of Virginia.
Someone working at a business in the same Harrisonburg complex as the local GOP headquarters spotted a man dumping what he thought were voter registration forms. He found 8 completed forms in the dumpster.
So some voter forms got dumped. That's how the electoral sausage is made, folks. And like with sausage, it's often tainted, and once in a while, an ass gets in there. But folks, round up. Now folks, I condemn this man's actions. You destroyed voter registration forms, but only 8? What's the matter? Was the paper stock too heavy? Why didn't you shred them, or bury them, or batter fry them at the state fair? Frankly, I would have expected better from the albino monk from the Da Vinci Code. Now, of course, the voter watchdog spoil sports would have you believe that tampering with voter registration is a federal crime, just because it is. But I say it's all part of the game. The Democrats try to register voters and bust them to polling stations, and the Republicans are just playing defense. Big D. Because that's what wins championships. Oh, by the way, some polling places will also have linebackers. So remember, wear a cup. But for any Democrat still worried that your voter registration forms may have ended up in the garbage, do not worry. You have a specially designated polling place, the dump, okay? Of course, if you cannot get out...
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Okay, so this video was about how a guy named Colin Small, he was hired by the Republican Party, and he threw out voting forms into the dumpster, and there were different voter frauds, accusations throughout the country, and I think this video shows how important it is to vote, and how everyone's vote counts, and we all have a right and to vote, and it's so we can choose what we want in this country. And I think the video actually kind of represents an injustice because of how this guy acted. He was politically selfish. I think obviously is governed by his poor morals and passions. And Socrates said how living by the truth is what makes a just man. And a question while I was watching this video I thought of was do things happen like this that we don't know about? I think this article can also relate to the golden mean, where Aristotle explains how good people always make good decisions and it's the opposite for bad. And everyone has different morals, that's a given, and obviously some people's morals are different than others. And I do believe that our government does have certain things which we're censored from. But in this case, I think it's good that this story was made public because it affects the power that we have to vote. And another quote I have from Socrates, he says, "A system of morality which is based on a relative emotional values is a mere illusion. A thorough vulgar conception, which has nothing sound in it and nothing true, acting with principle rather than self-interest. And pretty much like talking about how like a thriving government is based off of good citizens, and a good citizen makes ethical decisions like that promote justice and the rights of others. So in conclusion, I believe that voting, it's an innate right of ours, and we live in a society where we have the power to make changes. I don't think voting should be tampered with in this case, and having good morals within our citizens helps balance out our society and makes us better as a whole. So, do you have questions?
You said you disagree with all that. Is there any way that you could think to stop it, to make it more systematic? So that
Tampering with it?
Yeah.
I think, because this guy, he was like, he wasn't even like qualified, I guess. Like they just chose him for the Republican, like to do the voting or counting the votes and stuff. I think it'd be like more official to have some kind of a government official like handle all the ballots and go from there. So, any other questions?